Makes Radio brings you to another new adventure of inconvenient ideas, because everything you think you know might be wrong. And this is Christmas and Hanukkah week, and Stan, that's me. I have some inconvenient ideas about that. Thank you for listening to my story. Ladies and gentlemen, family, friends, maybe a few foes who join us just to see what's going on. Hi, this is Stan Hustad once again. This is obviously a significant week. First of all, this is the last day of Hanukkah. The eighth candle has been lit, and that will bring up a very inconvenient idea. And also, it is Christmas time, and we are just about ready to celebrate that. Obviously, in many ways, the travel and the celebrations have begun. So that's an important part of what we are about. Now, what I'm going to try and do a little bit this week is to point out that both Hanukkah and Christmas are very much in line with one of my new themes, which is inconvenient ideas. That's right. If you celebrate Hanukkah, if you go along with that tradition, even as I do, though I am not of the Jewish tradition, but it's a wonderful holiday to celebrate. And even if you're not a Christian, but you feel that, Christmas is perhaps a good thing, and we work around all of the other things, but Christmas is a good thing. And if you're a traditional, very strong believer in Christmas like I am, well, no matter what, Christmas and the Christmas story is full of inconvenient ideas. Now, I've been doing podcasts for many, many, many years. I was one of the real founders of it. And what is true is that the title of my podcast, and I've had usually one flagship, one that I keep doing. Now, I've changed the name many times. Why? Because I change. Because my audience changes. Because the world changes. And for a good long time, I've been under the banner of interesting ideas. And that comes from a very important principle, a Stan Hustad formula. And that is, we are in the world of creating ideas because ideas will give us these things. Ideas will give us greater insight into how the world works, and perhaps what we should do. Ideas will give us insight, and that will give us influence. That means since we see the world a little bit clearer, try to, perhaps we will have more people who say, what do you think? What do you think I should do? Because your insight, your wisdom and your insight, maybe your truth-telling leads to influence. And then influence can lead to, boom, the big one, impact. Things happen because of you and your ideas. And then income. Now, income is not just money, though that would be nice. It kind of comes and goes like my picture there. But income is not just money. Income is good things. Relationships, wisdom, understanding, all of that can be a part of income. So that's the idea. And now I'm simply saying, what? A lot of the good ideas and the tough ideas may be inconvenient. Now that may be good for us because it causes us to kind of examine who we are and what we should do. Perhaps it helps us to understand that we perhaps should do some things differently. Perhaps it will help us understand the challenges that are in our lives. And both the Hanukkah story, and I would encourage you to know the story and to know the celebration and the miracles that it hopefully brings into the world, and then realize that it could be good, it could be interesting, but it might be a little bit inconvenient. The idea of lighting the candles has the symbolism of in the midst of darkness. We are in darkness, and we can light the candles to bring more light into the world. And so a celebration of the first candle, the second candle, the third candle, the fourth candle, finally the eighth candle. Hopefully we have been encouraged that we are going to live with greater enlightenment. We're going to seek to be more enlightened about things, and we're going to be a source of greater light into the world. I would ask you to think about that. It's an inconvenient idea. How am I, Stan Hustad, going to bring more light into the darkness of the world? How can I do that? Obviously, it will be small. It'll be like a candle. But of course, you all have gone through the exercise of lighting one candle in the darkness and being surprised how in the midst of darkness, just one candle can actually lead to quite a bit of seeing things, light. So here is my inconvenient idea challenge for you today. How are you going to bring more light into the world? Through 26. When we are thinking about 27, how will the world and your experience and your life and business be better because you promoted human flourish? You brought greater wisdom. You brought a sense of peace and calmness from time to time. In effect, there is more light in the world because the darkness is still there. But at least where you walk, talk, and do your work, there's a little more light. Just a bit of a Hanukkah inconvenient idea challenge. Now, I'm also going to explore that from my own tradition. If you actually think about the Christmas story and take it seriously, the whole deal, from when Mary was told by an angel that this 16, 17-year-old girl who is not married is going to have a child, and this child is going to be conceived by God's holy, huge, awesome Spirit, and it carries on through the whole story until there's a scene where the evil, seeing the source that there might be a person of light into the world, decides to massacre innocent children. It's a tough story. So if you really take the Christmas story seriously, it has a number of inconvenient ideas, and I'm just going to suggest one. It means that you may have to, and this is always hard for those of us of rational minds, and all of us think we are, to say, you know what? There is just a whole lot of mystery that I don't understand. I just, I don't fully understand how it works or how I get it, but I'm called to trust and believe and do inconvenient things because there is a whole lot of mystery out there, and I have to deal with it. We don't know what the future holds. We don't know what tomorrow will bring. We've discovered that plans and hopes and dreams can obviously be hit hard by adversity and tragedy and deep disappointment. It means if you take the story seriously, you're going to have to perhaps deal with mystery and wonder, and certainly a sense of, what does this story mean for me and my business? And everybody has a business. And my family. And hopefully you have a family. Or if you don't have one, you are seeking other relationships that can be a part of an extended family. You see, Christmas is about inconvenient ideas, too. If you'll give me permission, I'm going to suggest another one. It's one of my favorite stories. In fact, every year I get asked to repeat it. And it's going to be simply the inconvenient idea of, would you like to be touched by an angel? It's kind of a trademark of mine. And every year I try to make it fresh and contemporary. And with your permission, I'll try to do that again tomorrow, on Tuesday, as we get ready for that inconvenient but wonderful celebration, which we call the Christmas experience. Till tomorrow, till next time, I'm Stan with Inconvenient Ideas for What It Takes Radio, wishing you all the best and blessings. And you know what? I actually believe that my saying so may make a difference. Really can.